George, and welcome back to my channel. In our last video, we were talking about how to make a quiz in Google Classroom. We made our quiz using Google Forms, which is a purple icon here with 3 little bullet points. We went ahead and made our practice quiz, and we showed how to make a variety of questions using the drop-down, using multiple choice, and using short answer here. Once you've completed your quiz, you can go back to our classroom and you can see that this blank quiz has now been modified to the specifications in which you wanted it to be. You can also make a quiz a second way by clicking the add button here and adding a link. And you can post a link to your Google Forms Google Forms quiz a second way. So I'll show you that right now. Once you've made your form, you can click the purple button on the right that says Send. In the Send option, you will have 3 different features. You'll have a little email box. You can email that to a student or to a group. But for now, we're going to choose the second option, which is our chain link feature, and it'll provide you with a link that you can share. You can click a regular link and click Copy, or if you want the students to write the link out by hand, or a link that might be easier to share, you can shorten the link and it'll come up with a series of numbers that are easily transferred if you did it by hand or typed it. Copy, and you can click Add. You can click the link option and paste the link to your Google Forms quiz, and it will come up here. Now, since we only have 1 point, we're going to go ahead and make sure 1 point is listed here. And you can add your due date accordingly, however you'd like. And you can add your topic. I'll add it to Unit 1 here. Once you have made your assignment here, and you made your title, which would be Unit 1 Practice Quiz, you can click Assign, and it'll be posted automatically in your Google Classroom. So we went over how to make an assignment. We went over how to make a quiz. We went over how to make a question. And you'll see here, there's a little option here to show what comes up. We have our quiz, which will have our icon that looks like a little clipboard, along with our assignments as well. So when you click that, you'll see the link to the quiz. The students can click that and submit. Let's take a look at some of the features of Google Forms here. So we made our quiz here, and we learned what the customized theme feature is, the I feature is to preview your document. Let's go ahead and click the settings features here. If you click the settings features, we see 3 columns, one that says general, presentation, and quizzes. So one thing I really think it's important to do for your quiz to make sure your students are completing their quiz independently is to click the collect email address option. This allows every student the option, well, it takes away the option of using another email address. That means you can match the email address with the name to make sure that the student is using the right email address. And you can also click the response receipt. That way, when the student submits their work, they will get a response if you wish, showing that they've completed this. I recommend to both collect email addresses and response receipts for most quizzes that are confidential. I click always, and the student will get a response saying that they have completed the quiz. To make sure students are completing the work honestly, it's a good idea to check the limit to 1 response. That means they will need to be signed into their Google account before they can submit the quiz. So it will prompt them first to log in with their respective email account, and then they'll be able to complete their quiz. And they'll only be able to complete the quiz once. That's for more professional quizzes. And there are other options over here where the student can edit after they submit if they want, or they can see the summary, charts, and text responses. So if this is a quiz you just want to get kind of polling information from the class, you might want to remove these 2 options and click these 2 options down here, saying that they can edit after they submit or see a summary, chart, or text responses. For this purpose, it's kind of a review quiz, so I'm just going to make it professional and make it so the students won't be able to repeat their work and they'll have to log in. And I click Save. And you can see Google will automatically save this in my Google Drive, and you can make sure it's in the corresponding folder here. And we'll go over how to use Google Drive in later videos. If you click the wheel again, there's a second option of presentation. and you can have a few options to customize how your quiz is viewed. So you can show a progress bar that shows there'll be a progress bar that comes up at the bottom showing uh, how much longer the student has before the quiz is finished. Obviously, we only have 2 questions, so we don't need that for this one. We can also shuffle the question order if you want the students to answer the questions uh, in a random order. I actually don't like this option. I'd rather shuffle the options for multiple choices here. There is a feature that I mentioned previously. If you click your um, question, there are 3 dots on the right, and you can shuffle option order. So right now you see red, blue, green. If you click shuffle option order and then click the I to preview your quiz, and we'll just go ahead and fill that out. Just real quick, anything. You can see here, oh, sorry. You can see here that before it was red, blue, green, and now since it's randomized, it's blue, green, red, and it'll come up random for each student. That way you can prevent the students from copying from each other in real time. So that's a second option feature you have here in the settings, presentation mode. You can shuffle the question order, or as I chose down here, I shuffled the question for the answers for one individual question. And you can write a confirmation message here to show that the students have completed the quiz. Thank you for completing the quiz. Our last option here is quiz. In this case, it is a quiz. If you wanted to do a survey, you would uncheck this. And you can choose when the students receive their grade. So I like to choose later after manual review if it is a formal quiz. That means I will release the grades to the students after they've completed it at my own convenience. Obviously, if this is just a poll, you might want to click immediate after review question. So, and as always, you want to make sure that the form is properly filled out so the respondents will be able to see if they missed a question. Obviously, you don't want them to see the correct answers in this specific case, but it might be a good idea for them to see the value of the points. So we have general, presentation, and quiz. So just to review, since this is a quiz that will count towards the student's grade, I collect their email address, I check their response receipt, and I limit to 1 response so that the student needs to log into their Gmail account and they need to use the correct email that corresponds with their name in the classroom. For presentation, I decided to add a confirmation message to show that they've completed the quiz. The students can get confirmation that their quiz was completed. And of course, it's an assigned quiz, and I check the later after manual review option so that I can control when the students receive their final grade. And I'll make it so the students can see the missed questions and the point values, but obviously not the correct answers because I don't want the students to know the answers of the quiz when the quiz happens. And there we go. That's Google Forms. And if you go back to our Google Classroom here, you can see that our form is posted here. So that's the basic of Google Forms. In our next video, we're going to go into some more advanced features, and we're going to take a look at how you can check the responses of your quiz. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and like this video. I'll see you in our next video series. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.